Hi, we're into the soup. I'm Heidi Lee.
And I'm Julie Fiedler.
And today we are going to use savory chicken broth to make a what?
A sauteed chicken breast with a porcini mushroom pan sauce.
Now, what is the thing about sauces and gravies that you told me earlier?
So all sauces aren't gravies, but all gravies are sauces.
Oh, that works. I grew up with gravy. But this should be pretty tasty.
Yes,
Okay,
very
so why don't
tasty.
you go ahead and start your thing?
Okay, so butterfly the chicken breast, so cut it in half, and then we put it between two pieces of plastic wrap and then pounded it out. It's going to cook faster this way, and it's also more tender.
And it cooks more evenly too. So and it all cooks at the same time, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about the thickness of things, if you have one chicken breast that's that thick and one that's that thin, this one's going to cook a lot faster than that
It
one.
also consolidates the mess, so it's a little bit easier.
Oh,
It's a little
consolidating mess is a good thing.
It's a little bit neater. So I'm just going to season the breast with salt and pepper. And then we're going to throw some butter in our pan.
Unsalted, right?
Yeah, unsalted, because we want to control the amount of salt that's actually in it. And we want to melt the butter on like a medium-low because you don't want to burn it. And then I'm just going to take the breast and dredge it in the flour, both sides.
What's the flour going to do for you, Julie?
It's just going to give it a nice color and just give it a little texture on the outside. It soaks up the moisture, basically.
And color is a big deal when you're doing your food because it just gives you something prettier to look at. And that nice brown texture on the piece of a chicken, right? And we also have some porcini mushrooms that we reconstituted. So they come dry. It's very difficult to get them fresh.
Yeah.
So what you do is you just take these dried mushrooms and you put them in a little bit of warm water and just let them sit until they're really kind of back to their original state. And this liquid is a great flavor enhancer for a dish anytime too. You have to be very careful with it, very judicious because it's got a lot of flavor. And I'm chopping up some parsley for you,
Yes,
okay?
thank you.
There
You want to
go.
make sure you have a nice, big enough pan as well.
So you're browning your chicken, and then you'll take that out of the pan and set it aside, and then what else are you going to add to your sauce?
We're going to throw in some shallots and some garlic, and we're just going to sweat it for a
Can you
minute.
tell people what sweating is? They may not know.
Sweating is it's just bringing out the flavors of the garlic and the shallots, and just cook it till it's translucent.
So it's like a little shiny, almost
yeah.
could see through it. Okay.
So it softens.
After
yeah.
that, then what are you going to do?
Then you're going to deglaze the pan. So you're just going to throw in some white wine, and then and then we're actually going to put the liquid from the mushrooms in there with our packets of broth.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, and so let's see, are those ready to flip yet?
Let's see. You want to flip them over when they're nice and golden brown. They have that nice crisp texture to them.
So are you going to crisp it up on the other side as well?
Yeah, so
Okay.
you want to do both sides. And then after that, we're just going to remove it and then start making our sauce for it.
So we're making a pan sauce with the Savory Choice chicken broth. It's a concentrated packet, and so you do need to add some liquid back to it.
Yeah.
But it has no MSG, it's gluten-free, it doesn't have a high amount of sodium, and the flavor is like you roasted a chicken at home and made yourself your own stock. But it's convenient. You can see these boxes. They come in little 12 packs, and so basically 12 cups of soup out of a packet. And they're reasonably priced, really efficient. I just love them. And you'll see how easily they work to make a sauce. And a lot of people are scared about pan sauces. They're like, oh, I can't make that. Like she said, it's still kind of a gravy. And so once you get the technique down, it's really very simple.
I've just removed the chicken breast, and then I've turned the heat to low because we don't want the shallots and garlic to burn. Especially because they're a nice fine mince here. We're just going to
Fine mince.
Yes.
Take that for you.
Thank you. And then you're just going to let that cook for like a minute.
And you don't need to add any fat or anything? Oh, there comes
Depending,
some butter.
maybe
just
a little
bit.
butter. Just
And just watch your pan. If you
Yeah.
see that your pan is dry and things are getting kind of brown and crispy around the edges, add a little moisture to it.
we're just going to deglaze it with some white wine. And then after you add it, you want to bring it back up to temp too.
And you don't have to use wine if you're not a drinker, if you don't use alcohol, you can just use a little bit of chicken stock.
And then I'm going to add 2 of these packets here of the Savory Choice.
Look at how easy that is.
Yep, you just tear it open. You don't even need a scissors.
No, you don't.
No. The packets are a concentrate, so instead of using your regular chicken stock that you would use for your pan sauce, you would use the concentrate and then add liquid, because otherwise the flavor will be too strong.
So you need to bring it up to that flavor profile.
Yeah, pretty much.
For which it is intended.
So that's why we're using the liquid in the mushrooms instead.
Okay, did you want to pour? I'll let you do that, Julie.
Okay.
You test how much you need.
So instead of just adding water, this has more flavor to it.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
And then you're going to bring it back up to temp again, and then just let it reduce slightly. You don't want to let it reduce too much, because then it'll be, again, too concentrated. We're just going to swirl in some cream.
You go ahead and plate it, Chef.
Okay.
I'll watch you.
Cool. So, just going to put it on a nice big plate here.
And see how quick those chicken breasts were to cook? If you've got a big, thick one, a lot of times you have to stick it in the oven, which is fine. It's just an extra step. But this way, it's a smaller portion, and it cooks evenly, it cooks quickly. You don't have to take that next step. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, there we go. Some parsley on top.
Absolutely. Okay.
Cool. That's
Beautiful.
it. It's really easy.
Okay, slide that on over here. Let's have a bite.
A little messy.
So our Savory Choice sauteed chicken with porcini mushroom. Okay, I'll use the knife first, and then you can use it. Oh,
Okay.
that's perfectly cooked, girlfriend.
Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, Julie, this is very nice.
Aw.
That's good. See? Not salty. Isn't that great? Oh, wow. That's
the sauce
fantastic.
definitely makes it.
The sauce makes it, of course it does. And it's made it because you made it, too. That was beautiful. Anyway, we're into the soup. Thank you for joining us.